Hi, welcome to 4 Minutes of Film with me, Rhianna. 4 films to review this week: Sex Tape, Before I Go to Sleep, The Guest and The 100-Foot Journey. So let's start with Sex Tape. Cameron Diaz and Jason Segel's characters are married and they used to have a great sex life, but then when the kids came along, that all fizzled out. So to spice things up, they make a tape, which they accidentally send to all of their friends. So the entire film is them trying to get that back.
Now I present to you our 4th grade video yearbook.
You erased the video off of our computer, right? Right, Jay?
Is it video 1 or movie 1?
Video 1, I think.
I love you. Call 911.
It's not nearly as raunchy as you think it might be, so don't get your hopes up. There are some brilliant cameos from Rob Lowe and Jack Black, and Cameron Diaz looks amazing in it, and it's really nice to see her with some of her old charm, which recently she hasn't been able to bring in her movies.
It's okay. It was the right thing to do. He's fine.
Where it really falls down is where they repeat jokes from before. For example, Jason Segel wrestling a dog. We've seen that a million times. When they try something new, that's where it works. So 3 stars for Sex Tape. Next up is Before I Go to Sleep. Nicole Kidman plays Christine, who wakes up one morning with absolutely no memory of how she got there, how old she is, and, well, I'll let Colin Firth explain the rest.
You had an accident. It was a bad accident. You had head injuries. You have problems remembering things.
What things? What?
Everything. You store up information for a day. When you wake up in the morning, it's all gone. You're back to your early 20s.
It is a really good thriller in terms of trying to figure out what happens, the big mystery and the unsaid things, but there are loads of unanswered questions and plot holes by the end of the film. I didn't particularly like any of the characters, and I know repetition is a huge part of the movie, but the way Nicole Kidman delivers it, it just got quite irritating. Perhaps read the novel first. So 2 stars for Before I Go to Sleep. Next up is The 100-Foot Journey. This is a sentimental comedy about an Indian family who open up a restaurant in France right opposite a Michelin star chef, Helen Mirren, and her restaurant.
Bonjour, madame.
Les pigeons, s'il vous plaît, j'ai le ministre ce soir.
Et je les ai vendus ce matin, madame.
You sold them?
Oui, madame.
You sold all the pigeons? All the pigeons are sold.
They sold all the pigeons?
Every pigeon is sold.
That's incredible. What should we give the minister?
I don't know.
This is a really great family film. They've obviously aimed it at the same audience as The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, and it works really, really well. It's very soppy and sentimental, but, you know, there's a really sweet love story between the younger generation and within the older one as well. Who'd have thought that Puri and Helen Mirren would cause fireworks on screen? So 4 stars for The 100-Foot Journey. Next up, it's The Guest. This is a thriller about a man who quickly ingratiates himself within a family of a soldier friend of his who died. What they don't realise is just how sinister he can be.
I want to thank you. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't been here.
Really, Mrs. Peterson, it's no problem.
This is a really fun, dark, twisted thriller starring Stevans, who you'll know from Downton Abbey, and he plays a really robotic, cold psycho in this.
Ma'am, when was the last time you saw him?
Well, he just went inside.
It's great to see him doing something different, and it really worked for me. It made me laugh. It's a bit of an 80s throwback. The ending wasn't fantastic, but the build-up was totally worth it. So 4 stars for The Guest. Next week, I'll be reviewing The Box Trolls, Pride, and A Most Wanted Man, which is one of Philip Seymour Hoffman's last films. So click here to subscribe and catch that then.